Reports in teamwork projects allow you to analyze and review how your team are performing at a given frame of time. You can easily generate reports for projects, tasks and task lists, time management, and so much more. And in this video, I'll be showing you all of the available reporting options within teamwork projects. So first of all, let's look at generating a report at a project level. So we just need to make sure that we're in the overview tab of our particular project. And then over on the right hand side, we just select the options drop down and then select project report. So here we get a full overview of our entire project. So we can see here milestones and associated tasks. And we can also see tasks not associated with a milestone below this. So we can see the task list here. We can see each of the tasks, their description, start date, due date, who's assigned that task, the date the task was created, its priority, the percentage complete, the status of the task, the estimated time, the time logged, and how much of that time is billable. And at the bottom of any of these sections here, we get the total times shown to us. As well as being able to view our report in Teamwork Projects, we can also choose to download this report as a PDF. Looking back at our overview tab now, and we can also get an activity report by just selecting the activity tab here. And then if we just scroll down to the bottom of the page, you can see that we can export our activity into an Excel sheet here. We can also generate several reports by just going into the tasks tab here. And over on the left hand side, you can see that we can generate task list reports. So in the pop-up window here, we can customize our report. So we can specify the user's assigned tasks. We can specify the type of tasks to show. So this can be all tasks, completed tasks, or open tasks. We can specify a custom date range. So we can have any due date, today, tomorrow, in the next 7 days, next 2 weeks, next 30 days, or here we can set a specific date range. Below this, we can choose to include overdue tasks if we want to. We can include tasks without a due date. We can choose to ignore start dates. We can choose whether or not we want to group our tasks by task list. And we can specify how the tasks in each list should be sorted. So this can be as they're displayed on Teamwork Projects. We can sort them by due date, task name, priority, or who has been assigned that task. Moving on to the Format tab now, where we can choose to have our report in PDF format or in Excel format. And looking at the Include tab, we can choose whether or not we want to include logged time, estimated time, comments, or our own private items. So once we're happy with all of the customization we've made here, we can just select Generate Report, and our report is downloading. So here's a quick look at the general task list report that we made here earlier, where we get all of the information that we need to be able to analyze how our team are doing. As well as being able to generate reports for all of our task lists within a project, we can also select a specific task list. So for the editing task list here, I'm just going to select the arrow drop down. And if we hover over the reports option, you can see that we can generate a task list report or a time report. So let's go for a task list report here. And again, we can customize our report here. So we can include only tasks assigned to certain users. We can select the type of tasks to show. We can include overdue tasks, tasks without a due date. We can specify whether or not we want to show our report as a list or a grid. And we can decide how our tasks should be sorted. Again, we can also customize our format here, so PDF or Excel. So this time I'll go for an Excel format. And if we look at the Include tab, again we can choose to include log time, estimated time, and private items. So I'll just generate that report now. And here we can see our exported report in an Excel sheet. Going back to our editing task list here and hovering over the reports option, now we can generate a time report. So in the pop-up window here, we can see the task list that we're making the report for. This is currently showing all logged time on this task list. However, if we want to, we can set a custom time range here. We can see a graphical representation of our total hours versus our build hours here. So we can see that there's 25 minutes of build time and 14 hours of unbilled time. On the right hand side here, we can see the total billable time, total non-billable time, total estimated time, the estimated time on active tasks, and the estimated time on completed tasks. And here we can export to CSV or to Excel. So let's just generate an Excel report here. So here's our time report. So we get the date, project, company, user, hours, minutes, hours in decimal, a description if available, the task list, whether or not the time is billable, the invoice number, and any tags. So not only can we generate reports for specific task lists, we can also generate reports for a specific task. So all we need to do is click into a task here, and then select the options menu on the right hand side, and select printable version. So we can download a PDF document, or we can view it as a HTML document. So I'll go for a HTML document here. So here we can see the identification number for the task, the name of the task, the status, start date, due date, estimated time, the privacy of the task, the progress of the task, who the task is assigned to, who that task was assigned by, the date the task was assigned, the task list that this task is in, the project, the company, when the task was last modified, and any tags. And below here you can see any comments on the task. So moving on to the time tab now, and we can also generate a report here. So again, just go over to the options menu on the right hand side and hover over export, and you can see that we can export our time to PDF, Excel, and CSV. So I'll generate a PDF report of our time. So here we can see all of our log time ordered by date. So we can see the project, who logged the time. We can see a description. We can see the task list, the start time and end time, whether or not the time is billable, whether or not that time has been billed. We can see the time in hours and minutes, and we can also get a decimal value of our time. And below each group of time logs here, we can get the totals. So we get the total time, estimated total, the non-billable time, and the billable time. We can also generate reports for our milestones. So to do this, we just need to go over to the milestones tab here. And again, over on the right hand side, select the options drop down, hover over export, and we can get a calendar PDF, we can get an agenda PDF, we can export to Excel and to iCal. So let's go for a calendar PDF here. So here in our calendar, we can see each of our milestones in gold here. So that means these are open milestones, and completed milestones appear in green as this one down here does. We can also go into an individual milestone here, and again select the options drop down, and you can see here that we can download this as a PDF. So again here we can see the status, due date, privacy, who the milestone was assigned to and by. We can see the date it was assigned, the project, company, when it was last modified, and any tags. Below this we have an activity log, and we can see any associated tasks here. We also have the ability to generate report for risks, and again just go over to the right hand side, select the options drop down, hover over export, and again we can export to PDF or to Excel. So in our Excel sheet we have the company name, project, ID, the source of the risk, the probability value, the impact value, our result, whether or not it impacts cost, impacts schedule, and impacts performance. Over here we have our mitigation plan, we have the status of the risk, who added the risk, when this risk was added, who last updated the risk, and the date that it was last updated. Moving on to the links tab now, where we can also generate reports. So again, just select the options drop down and select export links. In the pop-up window here, we can select which links we want to export. So this can be all links in this project, links without a category, or we can choose among our categories here. So I'll just say all links, and let's export this. So here we can see the generated report here. So we get the ID of the link, the title of the link, the category that the link is in, a description of the link, we get the link itself, whether or not this link is private, and any tags associated with the link. If we go to the people tab now, we can also get reports for people in the companies. And again, all we need to do here is go over to the options menu on the right hand side and select export to Excel. And in our Excel sheet here, we get all of the relevant information on each user within our Teamwork installation. And that's it. That's all of the ways that you can generate reports in Teamwork projects.